Alright, here we are in this new episode for Chola, in which, again, as you could see, the entire Indian subcontinent is fully united, as we stated, and we recently fought a big war against China itself, against Hui Guangfu, the ferocious giant, the Protector General of the Western Protectorate, um, in which we were fighting over this one area of the Dam of Kangra, in Kangra County, which is ran by the local Pujari of a Karluk origin, in which vassal is the Raja, um, which is a vassal to the Maharaja of Delhi and Punjab, in which we can say that we fought quite a bit of war. It was a brutal one. Initially we were 43,000 strong, but now we are 39,000 strong. Yes, that's and all that, and some would think we are vulnerable from a possible invasion by the Persians, but they're currently invading Iraq right now, which no doubt they'll accomplish that. This part of Iraq may become part of the Seljuk Empire, which might as well be considered as the Persian Empire, which is not a Zoroastrian Persian Empire in any sense of the word. But that's our main antagonist for this part of the series now. The Chinese have been dealt with and we don't have to fight them again. But we learned our lessons from the previous war. But as you can see, we know it's June and there's no winter up here, but we learned a lot for the defense and supply. Not only to build up fortifications, but also to build up more holdings. The more holdings, more increases the supply limit into these areas, especially here in Kashmir County, which we kind of use that as our base of operations during our war against the Chinese for Kangra. And not to mention, we really stepped up on building the fort level in Srinagar, which is the capital of, of that county as well as Jammu and Kashmir today. Yeah, we spent a lot of money on defense, and we will stop with that now that the war is over. All the holdings have been built, which kind of makes me wonder that should we also invest money on building more holdings on the western side, that we are bordered with the Seljuks. But these are not exactly the most prosperous of provinces to make a stand in for future conflict. But here is what I believe is to be the richest county of that in this region. And during that war, our rally point was in Delhi, which it has 7 holdings. So I thought, well, build more holdings for Delhi, and then add another city in Delhi County, which is again our rally point should we ever fight the Chinese again for whatever reason. And in addition, since that place is where that Silk Trade Post is, so I thought, well, the other two will be cities, just to further increase our commerce. Yeah, let's just invest it all the way down to 2,000 gold, okay? For Jari. Mountain Pass, not border to them, so don't bother. That one needs a temple. Just only areas that are relevant. Especially up there, which is kind of considered, vulnerable. Through, that mountain pass there. And you got these two areas here. Aha. And that one is a neglected province. temple. Okay, that should be enough. Yeah, not only I'm the Enlightened Samrat, in which I have been serving the Holy Order for a long time, but this particular Holy Order is what's preventing us from being called the Empire of India, because I wish to vassalize them, but he doesn't like me very much because, you know, I'm a known murderer because of that one assassination from back a ways, and the fact that I murdered his close kin, in which I would have loved to get rid of him and get this other guy in, who's of a Gujarati origin, not to mention genius and virtuous. So I thought putting him in just based on elective is concerned, because we don't know how the elective system works in that part of the region. What region? They only hold castles. But reigning in Amrakat in Sondat, so that's his headquarters, so to speak, for the followers of Arjuna. So in order to vassalize him, I gotta please him. I mean, despite our differences, unless I'm a Vaishnavist like him, and he's not identified by, oh, he's Vaishnavist as well. Despite the fact that I'm Shaivist, which I thought switching that religious branch, which I've not done it during this reign, to make him a little happy. So perhaps I should just start swaying him and send him quite a bit of money and an alcohol gift. Just doing whatever it takes to please him. It's kind of too bad I can't have a private conversation with him. What else? For the old Grand Master. By the way, what does he think of me? Rank difference. This is, you know... Actually, the opinion would go down a little. Well, we're both brave, but he's not brave. But remember, I wish to offer him vassalization. I cannot declare holding wars against him because I'm the same membership as him. At least that's what I assume. So, after all the swaying tactics, will you? And he will not. Not to mention, I'm Tamil and he's Hindustani, which is a required culture to be Grand Master for the followers of Arjuna, the Hindu Holy Order. Unless I may have to give him something. Like this book, a Quality 3 book. Yeah. But anything else? I don't suppose I have a Quality 4 book. Oh no, I like this book. That thing is good to me too. I have a dragon amulet. Well, then again, I'm not equipped with that. So reduces build costs and increases monthly prestige and vassal. Why the heck am I not wearing that? I'll think about it in case if I possibly give it away. And I don't know, I've had this spear for a good number of years, as you can see here, to obtain. This old spear that belonged to some Kagan, Sam, made nearly 200 years ago. But remember, once you give him that gift once, you can't improve his opinion again. Think about it. Or maybe Kama Sutra. But like hell, he's gonna need that. But again, I'm Dravidian, he's Indo-Aryan. It's perfect. Perfect gift. But keep looking. Who wouldn't want to read Kama Sutra? We Dravidians don't read it. But I have another Kama Sutra. Well, dang. Sometimes I wish I was Hindustani. If I'm a person who doesn't have much of children, or is a hedonist, especially somebody who follows the Charvaka philosophy. So, yeah, I'll give him this book. See if he accepts. And if I can't like him anymore than never, then, well, desperate times calls for desperate measures. Oh, and since we're at peacetime, resume the construction of the two great works, the garden, and a yet-to-be-finished university. So how about it? Still no. Even if I get him to like me 100%, then I don't think it'll matter either. As a matter of fact, that prestige of mine is so high enough, which is usually contributed by the Imperial titles, the great works. Our peace deal with China is still on, Academy graduate, and many other things. But half of that's contributed to being a service. Okay, very, very well. I will switch that religious branch, even though it's kind of late in life, but this would also go to my children. So I will change that religious branch, which won't hurt the prestige very much. So I will go for Vaishnavism, revering Vishnu as supreme. So that applies to my children and grandchildren. So there you go, we're all Vaishnavists now, which ups the vassal opinion. Just another way to keep the empire stable. It's not particularly popular in southern India, is Vaishnavism. They prefer to be Shaivists down here. But when it comes to running a large empire, and if you want to keep everybody happy, Vaishnavism is the way to go. Either that or Jainism. If I was a Jain, that Grandmaster wouldn't be happy with me and get me kicked out. So there. We're both Vaishnavas. Okay, I got one more thing for you. Look, as far as line of succession is concerned, as you can see, it's going to be Parantaka, then Irajasakara. So, Vijayaditya, my other grandson, you should be raised by Grandmaster himself. Glad to take hostage. I mean, if he turns Hindustani, I wouldn't mind. So, oh, wait, offer. Okay. Now, no. Okay. I've exhausted all the options to wish to vassalize them. So, we'll have to try this other alternative, and that is to give them a landed title. I'm not willing to give away the counties that I currently hold, but there is one place, and this may piss off, like I already made the Hindus, well, pleased, in a way. Oh yeah, that raised vassal levies, since we've been at war for so long. Yeah, that doesn't help. And the Jains usually dislike me. Matter of fact, which one of you dislike me the most, other than my rival? Gujarat, that's automatically Jain. Hindu. Checking all the Maharajas. Hindu. Hindu. Jain. Mawa. Hindu. Kamarup. Buddhist. Sindh is Hindu. So it seems I am leading to the getting rid of the Jain. Oh, and as for Chattanooga, okay, yep, the Jain it is, so. you have a holding that amongst them. Very well. I'll tell you what. Yeah, we're gonna be kicking him out. He's willing. So Jay and vassals will object. I just only need those two, okay? Look, you'll get your Raj back, so... Give me Voltapi. I just only want the county so I can give the Grandmaster that piece of land to see if that works or not. So, Voltapi. Right. Cannot grant vassals to non-vassals when at war. Peasant revolt, right. Yeah, just wait to get your morale up, and then defeat the peasants. Oh, and also we're gonna murder this Maho. Wait a minute. I forgot what was the reason to murder him. Oh no, I made a mistake. I just remembered. It's like, yeah, everybody wants the... Oh, wait a minute. Excuse me, I misread. We're supposed to get rid of that rival. Which he finds out about, then we're going to get rid of him. Huh. Thank you for not paying attention. So, just get rid of those two, then. And it's going to go to him. Okay. It's been a while, okay? Kathmandu. The Kalinga took that territory from the Umayyads. They were there for a time. I approve of it. Not to mention that increases the threat level by a small margin. And I do not want to fight against China just for that piece of territory, unless we have an absolute reason of why we should grab Nepal. I want to fight China again. Don't. Not in the mood for that. Well, we got him. Okay. Now one more person to get rid of. Now that bounty's on him, so... Where's his line? Now go deal with the peasants and then give the Grandmaster to some land. City is finished. Oh, Samarazvara. So, here you go. Oh, forgot. Here it is. More economy to you. And also that means the supply limit's now 37. It can hold up to 37,000 troops during normal conditions, as long as there isn't winter. You've got you surrounded. He'll take care of them. I'll think about it. Just let me finish this little deal. Okay. Empire's at peace. Now, Grandmaster. Poltapi is yours. Might not look like much, but it counts. so therefore independent realm. And we cannot offer vassalization. Okay, that's one thing, but now I must leave this holy order. That's right, you heard me right. I'm leaving this holy order. And you know, with that amount of fervor, you should spend it all and get more holy commanders, you know, to serve our empire for future generations, so just click them all. I don't care how good or what their skills are, just give me a bunch of these people. Now I take my leave. And I'll join the Advaita Math to spend my last remaining years of this life. Because I'm, you know, suffering from depression still. Press to claim. And we can't vassalize them. Gee, I could be making a big mistake. Either that, or I would have been of a different faith as a Jain or Buddhist to deal with these guys. So, sorry about that. You idiot. I'm calling myself an idiot. Hey. Come back here. There, now we can start the war. So, what does this even accomplish? What you just did is, some would say it's like, what have you done? That is a very immoral thing to do. Just only the local vassals. The local troops. What have you freaking done? You thought this was a way to vassalize them, but you can't please them. So it's impossible. Boy, they have a lot of troops, but too late for that. So all I gotta say is, whoops a daisy. When do I join? January. Okay. Now the University of Oxford is created. In recent years, the necessity for an educated clergy has brought to the creation of larger, more organized schools. One such school in Oxford has achieved particular prominence, and students from across England are flocking to take advantage of its teachings. This Anglo-Saxon man from Oxford. There. Which is ran by the Pictish people. For a moment I thought it was Latin Empire. No, that's Finland because of some of their color scheme. So you cannot force vassalization against the Holy Order, I guess. But, so you could say it's either that or just a misunderstanding from our end. But don't worry, this will be resolved quickly. Some would think this is a betrayal to my creed, but no. It's just a political move, as with everything else. It's just, we thought we could vassalize them, but no. Give it back. There, you got your land back. Sorry this was a misunderstanding. Well, as he still likes me very positively because of the gifts. And once gained of a county, which is now lost. So yes, it's impossible to get it now. As we can't declare any war for whatever reason. As we signed a peace deal with these guys. Oh yeah, that was a mistake. A big, stupid mistake. There's gotta be a way to get these guys into our empire, or... Where's it? Maybe... Well, maybe for future generations, one of you guys, should become, Hindustani. But the way to do that is, well, you gotta move the capital, become Hindustani there. Which I might just do that. Yep, more controversial moves of the Empire. So, we mentioned about Delhi being of an important center. So. And he's a powerful kingdom, so I don't think he'll... Oh, he'll say maybe, but I just want Delhi, okay? But it's a maybe, so... Just in case, get the troops to Delhi. Station them there. Because all I want is a capital to be moved to Delhi. Not permanently, just temporarily. Just to have a change of culture. Now I can join the Advaita so I can be more virtuous in the future, so vassals can respect me a little more. Because I'm already a erudite and a theologian. I'm Chatra right now. Yep, more stupid political moves as a way of becoming Samrat Chakravartin. So, look, he likes me well enough, at least for the time being. Alright, he's gone. There'll be no rivals, no rival vassals. Except maybe in Gujarat, which, yeah, you may hold a little grudge against me. Unless you're the new one. What happened to the old? Oh no, he's been around. Okay, here's some money. And let's have a private conversation together. As I said, just a misunderstanding. Let's try to know each other a little better. In which he was impressed with our conversation. Get rid of that trade post. Okay. He says maybe, so just give me Delhi. If there's going to be a rebellion, then, so be it. Matter of fact, just raise the troops right now, so they'll be on their way to Delhi. You know, just in case. If hostilities do break out. He agrees. Okay. Move the capital. And then I will be Hindustani. And me being of that appearance gives me that. So, Grandmaster, will you vassalize with us, please? Invite to build a hospital. I didn't know there's that option, but he says yes. We got him. We got it. I'll give it back to you in just a second. Although, so they just feared our military might for a bit, so you'll get Delhi back, okay? It's just had to start speaking Hindi instead of Tamil for a bit. And our capital's just moved back to the way it was, which just a minute. Does that apply to my children? Yeah. He accepted swear fealty to me and served as my vassal lord. Alright. Plus, I did not know you could invite a holy order to build a hospital on wherever you have your capital centered in. I did not know that exists for that part of the mod. Yeah, but here's one question that I'm going to look up here on my iPad, and that is, because you know how I did November 1st, the day when Tamilakam is formed, which is Tamil Nadu Day. Now I'm looking for, when did India become independent? Republic Day, so to speak. Since I'm very auspicious on dates and whatnot. Just give me a moment. Yeah, it's a wonder how. Start speaking Hindustani or Hindi just to get the Grandmaster in. Okay, Dominion of India was formed on August 15th, 1947. Republic of India, January 26th of 1950. So, there you go. So, August 12th, right? Again, just one more time. Yes, 15th. I don't know how I got it confused for just a moment. So just wait until August, and then that's the date I will proclaim myself to be Samrat Chakravartin. Here it is. I'll give it to you. Govishana. All yours. In which we'll build another temple there. Just to continue to supply the region there. So I'm just going to be Hindustani for a bit. And after it's formed, then I'll go back to being Tamil. So yes, August 15th. Not only that's the day the Dominion of India was formed, that's also the date when, Jawaharlal Nehru became first Prime Minister of India. And yet Samrat Periyapillai here, he's not exactly like Nehru, but at least he's accomplished a lot of things. Especially overseeing the unification of the entire Indian subcontinent into the modern borders of India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Maldives, and Bangladesh. So, here it comes. August 15th. There. We stop here. Okay, it's the twins. Both of you get the same. Let me take a drink in just a sec. Okay, let's zoom out so you can get the full view of it. As we're wedged between Seljuk Persian Empire and the Wei Empire of China. with thanks to a few political moves after a little mistake and whatnot, and after retiring from the Holy Order. Now, an Indian ruler who manages to emulate Ashoka the Great and unite all the lands of India under his rule may claim the title of Samrat Chakravartin, the Emperor of Emperors. This title embodies the concept of the ideal and universal world ruler in Indian tradition. Claiming it is a hard task, but living up to it may be even harder. We got all the requirements, so it's going to cost a little bit of money. So as Samrat Periyapillai, the aligned, at 58 years old, so now the Empire of India exists. The old empire titles are forfeit, and I will be the founder of the Bloodline. So here we go. It's no longer the Chola Empire. It is the Empire of India, or possibly be known in alternate titles just because of border-wise, the Empire of Greater India. So here is Samrat Chakravartin Periyapillai, the Enlightened. There it is. Took a while to scroll down. Now, the new bloodlines formed. The blood of Periyapillai the Enlightened. The legendary Samrat Chakravartin, the uniter of all of India. So that lowers the national revolt risk a bit, ups a bit of the monthly karma. Hindus, Jains, and Buddhists respect him a bit more. And those who are also descended from him. So, which means that the children of that are now part of that. All the grandchildren, while she does not have the bloodline, but she does have this other bloodline, which will soon be merged in through Sakara. So there you go. No longer in the purple, and into the saffron color of India. Get used to seeing that color, because I'm happy to see that. Yeah, we still have our old coat of arms, but yet this is the coat of arms they chose. The two, looks like Buddhas, whatnot. But remember, it's an absolute imperial autocracy. So I'm sure these vassals would like me a bit more, but except for that little revoking the title that belongs to the Hindu. But you all understand. Okay? And plus, some of you are Jains, so therefore no longer you desire for an imperial title. But now they just like us a bit more for being Vaishnavis and blood of Gopala, because have that bloodline that's for the Indo-Aryans, so that people like them just view us a little better. So you could say no difference between Indo-Aryans and Dravidians. We're all Indian now. Sure, you may have internal problems with me, but over time, you will respect me. Not just Jains, but Buddhists too. As I said, you will all understand. And now I can finally implement this, and this is going to apply to all the kingdoms here, for those who hold more than one kingdom title under their realm. We demand all of you to go for Gavelkind, split the kingdoms evenly. Only those who have from advantage. Ashoka. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And plus, the Holy Order serves India now. Keep that well in mind. And also, I had to go back to being Tamil now. There we go. There. Again, we had to start speaking Hindi for about a few months just to please the Grandmaster, and now we go back to our original culture. To the wise scholar, Samrat Chakravartin Periyapillai, I wish I could apply to but Galakain law will not serve my descendants well. I'm afraid I must refuse. The Telugus refuse to comply. The law says that this is treason, but that's my opinion towards him. Delhi and Punjab will comply. But to be fair, he's also the designated regent of India. So, but he owes a favor. Okay. But Kosala and Kashmir, the Jain, also traitor. One would think I would start making arrests now, but no, let's just be at peace here. Lover's pox. No, not appropriate. So it's time to live in peace and hopefully live in peace and meditation. You still need the charity. And hopefully become a bit more charitable. Just up the diplomacy skill a bit more so vassals can respect me more. Yes, I've done a lot of sins, but not morally, but murders and whatnot. And a few and one little minor mistake with the followers of Arjuna, but they understand now. We understand now. So let's just try to make a little bit of money, huh? As this is almost fully reinforced. Like how it's called Rajasthan Army instead of whatnot. Okay, holdings are being built. Whoa, boy! Okay. Build another city. It's going to be a rich province one day. What the? Female mare? Anyways. Oh, I forgot. I mean, for a moment I thought it said it belonged to Periyapillai. It's this one. That's incorrect. Okay. You understand. Two more to go. Alright, good enough. Well, maybe not good enough. As I said, increase the holdings that are bordered by our future antagonists. So that way when troops are stationed there, they'll be more reliably supplied. Yes, spending all that money on infrastructure. Just only those that are bordered with the relevant provinces. possibly exclude that area. Alright, a bit more money. I was about to say, should I really stick to what I know? That's +1 learning, and Aristotelian is +1 diplomacy. Despite the fact that thing is responsible for giving me that depressed trait. And I may become stressed in process, but the theology focus cancels it out, and then you got this formidable fighter thing, half and half, therefore it'll cancel out too, so I can make this work. I'm sticking to my guns here. If that expression, the modern expression, could apply here. Oh, not bordered in that area. Not saying it's a waste of money, but hey, it's a stunt. Again, rally point for future conflicts. So, another city. If you want to be this ethical, universal ruler, no thank you. You've got to, for a founder of this bloodline, that before you go, and remember the past events, where if you pick up a trait from the previous people who founded the bloodline, then sometimes the event pops where you pick up a trait from it, so I need to start having good traits. Egad. That's my chancellor. And he's off to China. So that means I have to get a new... Oh, very good one. Don't want to be greedy nor cruel. That's not ethical to the Hindu philosophy. He's heir to the chiefdom of where? Kodamaka. Don't tell me that's up there. No? Is it from up there somewhere? Wherever it is, I won't like it. Aha! Way up there. So that's where that family comes from. Because we do have a female commander that serves our army. And you are the heir of Silverstan. That area, I mean. Dynastic kinslayer. Who did they kill? Uncle, I guess. They're related. That's just my guess. Huh. Never had a guru in this entire lifetime, so I thought it would be about time to get one, since I'm performing more of the duties here. Halt. Wait for the guru, see if he has a much better learning Remember, August 15th, 1121, the founding date of the Empire of India. Shall we go again? But you are a sannyasi. Maybe he's secretly Buddhist or Jain. I called for a guru. Where is he? There you are. Found a teacher. Much better. This knowledge just like me. Hey, since you are a very wise guru, you should look for that artifact. We're on a search for that, by the way. What's your problem? Ah, you'll get over it. Be patient. As we're now in full income now that the retinue is fully reinforced and wonders being built. Why is there not a trade post in Magad? Is there any other places that don't have trade posts? They do, they do. Do. Of course we do. You don't. What the heck? That's where all the good trade comes from. Neither is that. I blame raiders and civil wars. I'm glad that Republic of Anatolia has not gotten to here. Onto these trade post areas. Otherwise, they would have been very rich and prosperous. But remember, should we ever run out of money, the option is to raid them, even though it's fully smuggled through corruption or whatnot. There's a reason why. The blessed, they call them, is not quite blessed with riches. On the eve of his return to the Empire, Rajaraka and I discussed at length a pleasure trip made on a beautiful lake and a magnificent landscape of the Empire. I'd like to introduce you to someone, he says, smiling. Oh, young Mantang. Gardener, temperate. What's your lover? Yeah. Remember to donate to charity every once in a while. As I've become charitable. More diplomacy. And that means Brahmins respect me more, and some vassals respect me a bit more due to increased state diplomacy. And I cannot give away land, ever, to anyone. I mean, we can declare war against anybody, Persia in particular, but I'm a little old for that sort of thing, so if we want the Empire to remain strong, even without the great rulers of high martial skill, so he used a favor that I gave him to arrange marriage. Who you're marrying? At least that's what I think it says. Who did you? I mean, I know you two have been together for a while. Was it somebody, or was it your brother? Again, that's what about this. It addresses the letter to the Samrat Chakravartin of the Empire of India. Get used to that. Samrat Chakravartin of the Empire of India, just to show who we are now. To strengthen the relationship between our nations, I asked sent me on a message to your domain. It would honor me to visit your court and study your military. From King Kunwuji, the Cruel of Tubal. Kingdom of Tubal. Oh, what's left of that part of Tibet now? They replace them with Chinese names now, instead of Tibetan names. So, he will pay a visit. Yep. To pay a visit to United India, the Empire of Greater India, that would also be known as. Go for stewardship. That's for increased fertility. If she gets good enough education on this time to send a guardian with very good stewardship. So it's either that or the guru. Another female mare again. 53. Nearly 54,000 troops can be stationed in Dubal now. See, that's what I'm concerned about. Is how many in these provinces can hold our large armies wherever they may be stationed at. We're doing it at the relevant borders. And this place has seen better days, but mountain passes prevented. Oh yeah, Delhi. Delhi. 59,000. If for some reason that we are at war with China again, then that's where we will assemble. Another female mare. My daughter. I'm not gonna be a kinslave, so just let her go free at once. It ain't her fault. It proves of my justice. How many members are there? 83. Come on. Back in previous, a century ago, there was a lot less. As I'm walking in the gardens of my guest, Xinjun Zima Quin Uji, I comment on the sunny skies. The translator repeats my words, and after a moment of thought, Quin Muji replies with ardent enthusiasm. Apparently he thinks my pleasantries are a metaphor for enlightened nature of the heavenly emperor. I never knew talking about the weather could be so fruitful. So he returns home, having interpreted my polite comment about the weather as an elegant compliment to the emperor, Dezong of the Wei Empire. Words of my wisdom and eloquence are sure to reach his ears. About to say, I don't think I've gone to China myself, have I? Because figuring with that high amount of prestige of 20,000, So I thought maybe I should pay a visit, despite our past hostilities. The Protector General may not like it, but I'm sure the Emperor will comply. Oh, by the way, can I send you a eunuch? I don't know who that man is, but he's yours because he's smart. Not ill. Great box down. Okay. And you got one of the holy warriors who are not assigned as commander. Very well. I'll give you him instead. And I will go to China myself. Haven't done that yet. It's time for the first ever Samrat Chakravartin to step foot into China. I may be stressed and depressed because... Right. Ashoka's form. Ashoka is remembered by many for his outstanding military victories and his wise and prosperous rule. Under his lead, all of India was unified at peace. Of all the dynasties who hopefully wasted their lives trying to emulate his accomplishments, mine was the closest to succeed, and I've been pondering as of recently if the accomplishments of my family in reunifying India and holding it under a just and enlightened rule should be proof that the glorious spirit of Ashoka is being reincarnated through our bloodline, all the way to myself. We must get to the root of this question. Ashoka's bloodline. Let me remind you, viewers, in my Republic of Ragusa playthrough, I got the blood of Alexander the Great. But is it possible, despite the challenge of being stressed and depressed, and a relatively old man, is he the one to form the bloodline of Ashoka the Great, who is considered the first ever Samrat Chakravartin in his day? Now I have a reason to live. I need to find a way to get rid of stress and depressed. There is, but I'm on a trip to China. If I can return to China, I need to switch my focus to carousing. Start making friends. Should I fail, future generations may one day be about as great as I am. Being already responsible for the reunification of India, my family has a greater claim to Ashoka's legacy than any other Tamil ruler. Yet, in order for me to be formally recognized as the reincarnation of the Enlightened Periyapillai, try saying that in Sanskrit, in terms of pronunciation, inflection, I must submit myself to the judgment of the wisest amongst us. I will call for the oldest and most prestigious Brahmins in India and allow them to examine my life and judge my character, so that they can confirm to my peers and subjects what I already know is the truth. Oh, spend the big money. No more building cities and temples, okay? We'll take all precautions when hosting the wise ones, so by investing a large amount of resources, I will greatly increase my chances of success. During the war with China, I put our pride on the line. Now today I'm putting my own life on the line, just to see if I am just like Ashoka the Great. As the guru here, who is becoming old and infirm, which I don't blame him, is getting infirm. Here you go. More holdings, more territory, more taxation. Just some student. Not much. So don't spend any more money. Well, what you got there? That's a heck of a weapon. How much? Oh, that's doable. I'll give it to... It's like knowing that you're a man of peace. Grandson's grown up, but he's not really a good person other than his patience. Just for future reference, I can't send you to the academy. That's under Parantaka's behest. You're smart enough. So... Plus you're getting married soon, so you ain't going anywhere, so... I got a weapon for you. Jeez! And you received diplomacy education, just like your father. Good on you. Hopefully there's some other event during our trip to China that could help me increase my health, as well as get rid of either stress or depressed that way. Unless my theology focus can get rid of them. Guru, I know you're infirm, but you're the new co-decision now. Charity time. Now I'm about to become a pandit, just like Pandit Nehru. I keep mentioning him because, you know, not saying I'm living up like him. It's just one would think is maybe Nehru should have looked up to him. I don't know. It's just... Alright, just stop mentioning that man. He never, you know, envisioned a completely united India like I have. As well as the man who called himself the Samrat Chakravartin and is on a search to... I can become a sannyasi if I wanted it to, but no. There is one more task. The Ashoka Bloodline. Ah, fellow travelers, military man exclaims as emerging alongside a group of soldiers on a tree surrounding our camp. I am Captain Yan. We're here to escort my lord to Laoyang. He gestures for his troops to join my entourage for the evening. Good man. Oh, Captain Yan, there's been a change of plans. Plot discovery chance, so no one can assassinate the first ever Samrat Chakravartin. Ashoka's bravery. The wise Brahmins have gathered in Chola to examine and determine whether I am worthy of calling myself heir to Ashoka, or not claim that before anything else. I must prove my courage to them. Despite being born the youngest of Maurya Bindusara's sons, and from a mere lowborn, he proved unparalleled bravery during the course of his life, surpassing all his siblings to arise as a paragon of virtue and discipline. If I am truly the new lion of India, it should be easy for me to prove that I have the fortitude to meet my bold claim. Speak! Whatever the challenge, I will take on it, because I have the brave trait. The Brahmins will examine my conduct and deliver their judgment when they feel satisfied. Well, I may not be the most virtuous man in the world, but even though I'm temperate, charitable, but I am brave, but mind you, I am one-legged, so I ain't afraid. Plus, I'm a Hindu holy warrior, despite the fact that Ashoka was initially a Hindu before he converted to Buddhism, because of the Kalinga War. Everybody knows that story. When I say everybody, I mean India. Both past and today. And why haven't you given me a mission? Oh, and take a vow of celibacy, because simply for the sake of it. Oh, no one's to bother me. Especially with women with, lover's box. The university has been finished on the 1st of July. May not look like much, but it's in the works. Woohoo, more, that's expensive, so don't think about building anything yet. We're still on the trip. Our caravan's been kept by the roadside the whole day. The sky's been pouring over us with unusually heavy rain. The whole situation brought my thoughts to the memories of my late sister, Ankanti. Cancerous sister. Oh, hey, this could help me live a little longer. I can't dwell in the past. I need to carry on forward. Think of Ashoka. Think of India. Just gotta have a little more health, just to live a few more years longer. I guess it's not time for the fountain of youth yet, to drink. If I do indeed get that bloodline of Ashoka the Great, then Periyapillai the line is indeed the greatest ruler of the Chola dynasty ever, if he is not already, even if it's without that bloodline. He has spent many weeks bent over ancient tomes and scrolls, searching more information regarding the ruined artifact. He claims to be on the right path, but apparently the progress is slow. Ranaditya asked me to order the best scholars in India to aid him in his efforts. Guru's got a rash, so the brightest minds shall be at your disposal. When I got that bloodline of Alexander the Great when I was Republic of Ragusa, all I did was spend on money and prestige, forge, write a claim that I am indeed a descendant of Alexander, then that occurred. Here, the Brahmins examine me, just see if I am worthy of living up to Ashoka. Spend a little. Well then. Matrilineally. Oh no. That's for the just in case. Just a few more years, okay? A few more years and you will be patrolled. Oh, hey, Guru. Since you're around. Oh no, that's someone. Oh no, it's the drunk. No one else is available except him. Well, blast. Because I thought about my grandson, who's yet to be tutored. Let him teach you about philosophy, even though he's a bit of a drunkard, so heed his words carefully, okay? Since I cannot send you to an academy, and neither is Prantaka, because you're still betrothed and we don't want you going anywhere. Cult of Kali Purusha. Yeah, possessed. Good reason. I was thinking about killing him, but I don't want to kill anymore. I think I may have broken that record of having the most on the kill list since that mad Brahmin Samrat Prananarayan, I believe that was his name. Alright, finally reached the central lands of the Wei Empire. The Middle Kingdom and its magnificent slave bore us with so much to experience. Let us walk lest I forget about the reason of the journey. Start to travel on the Imperial roads towards the Celestial Palace. So, no hard feelings between India and China, huh? It's just now we have Persia to contend with, even though they're not what they're used to be. They successfully took Iraq. But maybe for the next ruler, they will fight against Persia for whatever reason. But I'm not going to retire as an ascetic. Not yet. The High Priest has started the ceremony right as I get inside the Taoist temple. The disciples enter meditation to bring themselves in harmony with the cosmos. I might become content. It's a good trade. Join in on their ceremony. And I become content. Aha. That's good for the Avaita Mata. So this is what India looks like entirely now that it's fully under our control instead of seeing separate names of many realms. Just all that. You could say, I don't know. My guards and I have been making our way through a bustling market this morning. There's an ample supply of every meat and game, trinkets and baubles around. Here and there we encounter soldiers along with dignitaries from other foreign courts. There's clearly no shortage of business for these traders. We've been saving up a lot of money, so we're here to trade. Way bronze sculpture. Let me see that. Here it is. A fantastic bronze rendition of the majestic beast mid-stride. A graceful movement of subject is truly inspiring. Hey, +1 stewardship. Good for the realm. I've yet to hear from the Brahmins just to see if I live up to Ashoka, but I need to live long enough to see the results. As we have enough money to build something related to this university. Let me see. Oh, +1 on all the skills, okay. So pick one. And since I'm in the middle of being in a monastic society, so go for learning. Wing of Theology. Here the foundations of logic and mathematics are taught, as well as physics, metaphysics, and the scriptures. That's the first thing. Second one should go for diplomacy because, you know, need a stable empire. Ranaditya has returned and brought with him a well-preserved arm. He has proof that it once belonged to a famous holy man. Perhaps it may bestow upon me some of the knowledge of statecraft its owner once possessed. Good job, Guru. Fighting artifacts is what I pay him for. Sure, he'll dislike me slightly, but not much. He likes me because Samrat Chakravartin and all that stuff. Arm of a famous holy man. The venerated arm of a famous holy man. It once held a scepter in just rule. More stewardship. I will not close this episode until I get that bloodline. Or fail to do so, whatever the result may be. I need to return to China, switch the focus to carousing quick, and try to befriend somebody. And so that way, percent chance to get rid of stressed and depressed, or even both. Emperor's kept his eyes on me, Chief Minister says. You may enter the throne to show your subordination, but be quick about it. There you go. The chant text I've been reading emphasize the existence of the Buddha nature of all the sentient beings, but is clouded by the sunyata, the emptiness, lies behind the material world, and must strive to look past the illusionary world sensation and to the absolute reality world. That helped me get rid of cynical. But now I become a mystic instead of a theologian. Or you can be both. Which shouldn't do that, but it did. It just shows that, yep, I'm doing two of these things. Man's a genius. Okay, I have returned. So this may reduce my health a bit, but I need to get rid of these two. quickly. And charity. Just up the devotion. Invite my son and daughter to carousing along with any of my vassals, if they're not busy, willing to come have a drink with me and whatnot. Oh yeah, I think I invited all of them to Diwali. Ashoka's humility. Ashoka's father may have been an emperor, but his mother was a common woman, the daughter of a poor Brahmin, but he was the last of a large litter of princes. And though in time he rose far above his station, outshining both his siblings and his old father, it is only thanks to his humble beginnings that Ashoka was able to rule with justice and kindness over many people of India, achieving harmony between our various creeds and customs. If I am Ashoka's new form, then I must remember the low beginnings of my previous life and share his humility. Humility is relative to one's state. So the Brahmins will examine my conduct and deliver their judgment when they feel satisfied. So. Oh boy, I need to keep it up. I have high enough learning skill, but one would think is, should I have high enough diplomacy? Is that what could be next they'll examine me on? Sun's coming. Grandson, you've picked up the Charvaka philosophy. Oh boy, he's going to be a hedonist in his life, so he's not going to be a good person. The mage. There is a murmur among the guests of the feast. Is this related to Ashoka or not? As a mage enters the entertainment with great flourish, he explains, I'm about to see something amazing. He takes out a rope and starts playing a flute. The rope starts dancing by itself and rises up towards the ceiling. The magician beckons, and a small boy appears and starts climbing the rope. The audience gasps, and after a minute the boy climbs down, and the magician stops playing, and the rope falls down again. Amazing. Entertaining entertainment. Look at that. Just for 2 years. Never seen that happen to me before every time I hold Diwali. Let us celebrate. 10,000 karma. Okay, vassals. See if we can get some of you into carousing, if anybody's willing. As long as you're not busy at war or hiding or anything. All the Maharajas and the Maharanis. I just need anyone, okay? Because I need to be at least befriended with one of you. Yeah, the revolts ain't going. And yes, you too, Grandmaster. Ah, he's busy. Oh, and the wisdom, too. There you go. Also, the Sakura, what? Since you were an independent entity, I believe that belongs to somebody else. Who would that be? It's like, what is that dead you're part of? Maharashtra. Hey, you want this guy? This Thakur? No? Okay, maybe not. Some will come, some won't. I just need to get rid of stress and depressed quickly. And I'm not ready to retire as an ascetic. Mind you, this Ashoka the Great Bloodline is a very rare event, and you have to get up to 20,000 prestige to do so. Same thing for Alexander the Great, for those who live in the Arabian Peninsula, Jerusalem, Asia Minor, and Europe. That's how you get them. It is only here in India, anywhere in the Indian subcontinent, like these areas I hold, that's where you can get the Ashoka the Great Bloodline form. It's the only way it works. And you have to be of the Dharma faith, like Hinduism, or Jain, or Buddhist. Oh, God. Yeah, I'm nervous. Because I just want to get rid of stress and depressed just to prolong my life a little. So, play for money. Hail to the Samrat Chakravartin. Let us celebrate in its glory. I'm paying. It's about that artifact, which I'm not going to steal because I don't want to lose content. Not that kind of person. Just want people to look at me. Donate to charity? Yes, it is. Blast! Didn't get rid of either. Okay, charity time. I may pick up a good virtue soon. My offer of funding a celebration of relic was well received and has heightened my standing in the eyes of my brothers and sisters. For many days we sang, prayed, and paraded around the holy relic around the nearby villages. Donations to the monastery have increased greatly. All in all, it was a tremendous success. Well worth the money. More diplomacy. My wish to become a better Hindu has led me to the four parts of As I followed the holy path, I noticed that my sense of ego and need for recognition has all but vanished. This has helped me focus on the things which really matter. Praised be Vishnu. I'm humble. Finished? Still got so much to go. Look for recent crowds to expire by the end of October. Then we'll start inviting people again and keep doing it. I don't have very much of friends, which I wish they would help me get over my stress. I'm surprised there hasn't been much raids as of late. They kind of quieted down here. Besides the feudal vassals fighting each other one another for whatever reason, mostly territory. All in all, it's at peace. The hospital in Tenkasi has seen an increase in the amount of people looking for food and shelter lately. It can barely provide the food required as it is. Perhaps this is a good opportunity to make an impression. I shall make the preparations at once. Prepare food and supplies to be handed out as charity. Alms and other supplies been brought to the hospital. It will make the life much easier for those in need. My question now is how to present this extraordinary gift. Brahma made it possible. Zealous. Jains ain't gonna like it, but Hindus do. Uh-oh. It's happening. We still have a court decision. The Guru. Just draw the other side of it. He's covered me to head and toe in leeches. Hopefully it's just a cough, okay? Just a cough, and it'll go away and not get any worse. There ain't no disease around here. End of October is coming where I'll start inviting people again. And hopefully get rid of either stress or depressed. Just to prolong my life a little. Ding ding ding. Okay. Come on in, son. Yeah, vassals respect me more. Everybody's respecting me more. Thanks to the much high diplomacy skill. As well as being a patron of the relic. Look, all I need is a few people. No need to invite everybody. Just only invite those who probably like you the least. Because, it makes the most sense. Wondering why the tavern down in this harbor isn't helping me get rid of stress, because it says might allow me to remove stress. Is that so? Tell me how. Glad everybody's coming. I'll have to look that up after recording the episode, so I'll make a future reference for the next one. I realize I've been free from my cough for a few days now. Being able to sleep and waking up coughing is a blessing. I feel better. Oh, praise Vishnu. Surprised it's not time yet. Oh, it'll be next year, next April. Next April, I'll be able to de-age myself back down to 62. Well, I could say, come on, Brahmins. What's the next step for the Ashoka Bloodline? I must know. Because I'm a nervous wreck right now as I'm stressed and depressed. I was even depressed throughout that Chinese war. And I shall be a guru. If I could become our child, more help to me. Keep at it. Feast time. I'm best friend with the Maharaja of Bhatiyad Rajputana. Or whatever's left of it. Yeah, that's all that's left of them. When Gujarat declares war against them, then it's no more. So, be friends until the end of time. Now I'm a guru. The Enlightened Samrat Chakravartin Guru. Got rid of depressed. Now, we need to get rid of stress. So, now it ups the skill all of it more. Oh, is that so? Only doing it what the law dictates. No need to burn people at the stake here. We ain't that reckless. Three months. Oh, time for my drink. There, 62 years old again. Alright, you can finally get married now. But it'll be matrilineal, so she will take the Samrat Chakravartin and possibly Ashoka bloodline from him, and then in turn merge with the Zoroastrian bloodline of sorts. Hope you two get along, because +5 fertility, although it hurts a little, as for +5 fertility. So, hopefully, you'll get children out of it through her. Mind you, same dynasty, so it will continue. When is the next? October again. Charity. Who's he? Raj. Okay. But you were an apostate. Diplomacy. Learning. Yeah. Could have been better for the twins. As I said, I ain't ending this episode until I get that Ashoka Bloodline. I got the magnificent painting and some book. The painting means a bit more prestige. Prestige that I already need to require to get that Ashoka the Great Bloodline if I can. If the Brahmins say otherwise. Come on, son. I know you're fat, but you love food, but there'll be more good food heading your way. Oh, too young. Too many revolts. I guess that's all I could bring. Hey, you around? Yeah, you ain't doing anything. You're 70 years old. You're not landed, so therefore it's easy to come invite you over here. Oh, I guess they ain't coming. What about the old man? He ain't coming too. What the hell, people? Okay, how about the guru? Hope he's not incapable. That's same for the steward. So, basically the council. It's like, well, if you guys can't come, then I'll bring the council here, so they'll be more cooperative. If we can befriend them. Nope. Here we go. Two people come. Ashoka's charity. According to legend, Siddhartha Gautama Buddha, the Buddha, was the first to predict the coming of Ashoka, the gift of dust. The story holding his prophecy tells the time when Ashoka, born as a Jaya in one of his previous lives, saw Buddha wandering in the streets of his village while playing in the mud. The child, taken by his desire to offer something to the wanderer, threw a fistful of dirt and a Tathagata's bowl. Buddha, moved by his gesture, predicted that the Jaya would be reborn as Ashoka, the emperor of all India. The Brahmins state that in order to be acknowledged as Ashoka's new form, I will need to prove that I am just as charitable. Huh. Just pick either, it's fine. But I'd like to be known for my diplomacy. Behold, wise ones, the girth of my munificence. Hey. Now I still need to get rid of stress. But then again, Buddhism is becoming a minority religion in the empire, unfortunately. As Hinduism is very dominant in most regions, while Jainism still has its place in Gujarat and down in Tamil Nadu, in which we've stated before that we would never forget our Jain heritage from the very beginning, during the development of Tamilakam. Oh, the university. Wing of theology is finished. So now bring up the wing of diplomacy. The intricate arts of negotiation, rhetoric, and ultimately convincing others where the best interests are taught and practiced here. That is also what we need for future generations of rulers to have a bonus of the skills for the holder of that university. Best friends of a guy who's a lunatic and has great pox. University. How much money is to build another stage? Good enough. What about the garden? Still ongoing. Okay. I'm a nervous wreck. Wondering if I could accomplish it or not. Still stressed. Not out of the woods yet. So, till October of next year. Next year? No, this year. But say, hey, you've changed. Oh, they're no longer Bedouin. They changed their culture to the people that once there used to be Zoroastrians there. They still live there in India. Multi-ethnic empire, isn't it? Just like India today. Theology focus. Now, ask again. Give me another mission. How about meditation? Maybe this could help me get rid of stress. Friend is dead. The Grand Master is the steward now. Rose Garden. Vata Mata be praised. He just died. The old Grand Master. Okay, to finally please you, I'll make you steward. Gee, you're not Arab too. You changed cultures. Strange. But he's cancerous, so stay in the stocks is enough. I just don't want to hurt my friend. Not that much. See? He's fine. I will start spending money if I get that Ashoka the Great Bloodline, or if I die. Okay? But do not forget some of that's going to charity. Just to get more devotion and hopefully become Archer, just to prolong my life just a little bit more. Because I am not ready to become an ascetic. It seems every great founder of our nation usually end up being ascetics at the end of their lives. Think of the Jain Archer, think of the Jain Archer Parantaka the first. Oh, what's going on? Don't tell me there's a disease here. Consumption. Oh no, this is terrible. Just when I was about to invite people to carousing. Remember, if you invite people carousing, that means you can't shut the gates if you're doing something else, so... It's gonna hurt me more than it hurts you, so... Shut the gates. Would that also delay the progress to the Ashoka Bloodline? The disease started here. That's a terrible thing. It started right here. No, just only Madura. Okay. But remember, if there's an event where that makes me craven, no, don't worry. I have the stubborn trait. Speed it up a bit. Because I got nothing better to do now that the disease is here. We'll get another Ashoka event soon. As we speed things up. Because I need to wrap up this episode. My son Talk comes steady one evening. He appears quite agitated, pacing around back and forth for a whole minute towards me. Father, I beg you, please, let me leave the keep. What's the matter with you, huh? Food ain't good enough for you? Okay, I'll let you leave. Why not? Well, to be fair, you are elderly, and you got this young Tamil woman who's attractive, so I would just say she can stay, but no one else has to know. Give me Ashoka before I die of stress. Give me Ashoka or give me death. Who died? Because it ain't me. Oh, just some guy. Rajka, oh, your first child together. Which is, by the way, that's my great-grandson now. Which means he's got all the bloodlines now. Just hurry up for God's sake. As I said before, great-grandfather I am. Oh yeah, I forgot about the new technology. Just a moment. Ashoka's new form. It was not an easy task to convince the Brahmins, but their final response was inevitable. It was only a matter of time before my true nature was revealed for all the world to admire. I am the last reincarnation of Ashoka, the great unifier of India. By returning in the form of Periyapillai, Chola, I have led the people of, of this great land to peace and prosperity just as I did in my past life, and just like my successors will do after I leave this body. We are the same. Slow down here. We'll end the episode with that note. Despite the disease, despite the epidemic, despite the stress, and all that, he has accomplished. There it is. Reincarnation of Ashoka. Samrat Chakravartin Periyapillai has been acclaimed by many wise men as the next reincarnation of the great Ashoka, unifier of India. So it will lower the national revolt risk even more, and also more monthly karma. Personal combat skill +5. Hindus and Jains respect me more, but especially Buddhists respect me more because Ashoka was Buddhist himself. I can use the invasion casus belli once per lifetime now. And I can call the religious liberation wars, just like the that zealous bloodline by the ancestor. 200 years after the fact, now, well, Periyapillai, you are the greatest of all time. So, one would think is, well, I think his time for passing will soon come, but it will happen on the next episode. For the man who unified India, defeated Persia and China to prove him worthy of his bravery, of his humility, of his charity, as well as peace for all time inside of the Indian subcontinent. But it's only a matter of time before we expand to other places, as the invasion can be used once in a lifetime as a way of proving for the future Samrat Chakravartins to prove themselves that they are about as worthy as he is. So we will end the episode with that note. Until then, so long for now, and peace be with you. Always.